We'll be in the elevator having a conversation, and someone be like, "Oh, watch your language,
Bitch.
Okay.
bitch. Why are you listening? What the fuck? Mind your business."
Welcome back to the Brodicans, the most politically incorrect podcast on YouTube. Thank you for viewing and subscribing. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys subscribe first and foremost, and like the button. Hopefully you guys are liking it. If you guys don't like it, still press the like button. It's fine. But how are you guys? You guys good?
I'm chilling. I'm good.
That's good. That's good. Alrighty.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. So, what are some of your guys' biggest pet peeves? I was thinking about that today because I got triggered. Something that happened. And I wanted to know, what are your biggest pet peeves? I'll tell you afterwards, but I want to know what's your biggest pet peeves.
Okay, you go, guys. Here you go.
Pet peeves. People who stink. Alright, let's be real.
Yeah.
Back when I used to take the transit, the Toronto Transit Committee buses, you motherfuckers stink. Some people stink, and I know you stink. I don't like that shit. You know what I mean?
You guys stink.
You're stuck in a train with no windows, and fucking everybody smelling like onion curry, fucking last night's soup. Fuck, I hate it, bro. I don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't like that shit.
That's nasty. I mean, if you're going to smell bad, if you like your bad odor, at least do it in private. If you know you're gonna go into a public setting like a train, maybe like in the summer, maybe be a little bit more mindful of the people around you. But I get that.
And just for your own benefit. I mean, it doesn't benefit you to have people giving you bad jujus and bad looks and bad vibes because you won't take a fucking shower before getting to the fucking train. So I'm all about not doing shit because you mind other people's opinions, but however, I'm all about doing what benefits you as an individual. And I'm not gonna put myself in a situation where I'm gonna be getting people going like this at me or fucking like, you know, flying away from me just because I won't take a fucking shower, or just because I won't be like, you know, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Again, if you like you to be nasty and disgusting, go ahead and do it on your own place. Like, who cares? Like, nobody's gonna bother you in your own time.
No, it's like I understand there's people who want to do the whole natural thing and they don't want to use deodorant and all this shit. But yo, be mindful. Like, yo, if you're
here's the thing.
If you're gonna be riding a train for an hour in fucking July when it's like fucking 45 degrees, motherfucker, put on some fucking cologne.
There's a magnesium.
Women too.
There's magnesium milk. I don't know if it's, you can use that, and that's natural. You can use that as deodorant. You don't have to use any chemicals. Just there's ways of going out of the grid in terms of your body odor.
I don't know if that's here though.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, it's everywhere. Like in the internet, it's up for grabs in terms of how much of the grid you want to go and how you want to adapt into that new lifestyle. And again, I don't mind people that want to live off the grid, but if you want to live off the grid, then get the fuck out of the city. Go live off the grid. But if you want to live off the grid within the city, then try to adapt. Try to adapt. We don't want you doing shit that you don't want to, per se, but adapt for the shit that really doesn't go hand in hand with what the culture around you is. Otherwise, get the fuck out of here. Like, go fucking find a fucking tree in the middle of no fucking where and be you. But yeah, I agree with my cousin. It's just disgusting.
That's a big one.
It's just nasty.
That's a big one.
It's fucking nasty.
Another
one, yeah.
People who stare.
Interesting.
I hate people who stare.
Interesting, yeah. Don't you stare?
People who stare. They don't say shit. They don't say shit. They just stare. They just stare.
I haven't gotten that a lot.
The fuck you staring at?
I get it. I haven't gotten it a lot.
The thing is, it's really hard to get it if you're not in public transit or if you're not like in a classroom per se. You're like on a school environment per se. Like on our day-to-day basis, we're out and about doing quotes and working.
We're not around a lot of people.
So we're not around a lot of people all the time. But if I put myself in like back in the day where I used to ride a bus, it is uncomfortable. It is fucking uncomfortable. And if you guys are still doing that,
even eating.
fucking stop.
What do you mean,
Just-
even eating?
just-
Even eating at a mall. Like there's people who just stare. If you're standing in line to buy something, there'll be someone just fucking,
Mesmerized.
and you're like, yo, like what the fuck are you looking at, bro? Like
Just mesmerized.
what the fuck?
Mesmerized. Talking about eating, one of mine is people who eat with their
Mouth
with
open.
their mouth open. That's what triggered me today. I was watching a movie, and there was a scene, and it was this woman that was just eating with her mouth open, and I'm like, that's disgusting. And it was like in a movie. It wasn't even happening in real life, and it just kind of like killed my mood. I'm like, that's disgusting. Close your mouth. You're an actor.
There's just like basic, common like things that you have to keep in mind to make sure that we can live like a tolerant and kind of like in a good vibe, like, and we can be around each other being respectful. I mean, if I go out on the street with my bare ass showing and there's a piece of toilet paper hanging off my ass, that's gonna be disgusting for a lot of people. Probably I won't do that because it's just gonna be very disgusting.
Yeah.
That's just as disgusting as going out and having like really strong bad odor, or being in a fucking restaurant and like with the wrong people and you kind of like chewing with your mouth open. It's just disgusting. I mean, if you wanna do it at home. Whatever you wanna do at home in your own privacy, go
That's
do it.
fine.
Like fucking knock yourself out. Go do it. But if you're gonna be outside, just have some common respect.
Having
Like
said that, though,
ways of kind of like behaving. Like don't be all like, you don't have to be square. You don't have to stop being who you are.
yeah.
But don't go out of the way to then be disgusting. It's just there's forms of expressing yourself, and I'm all for it. Go express yourself outside and with other people. I think that's one of the beauties of being humans, that we can be so different and express ourselves in variations of ways. But don't be disgusting. Disgusting is not a way to express yourself. There's no real. Your spirit cannot grow by being disgusting. That's totally a lie. If you were to just say, "Hey, my spirit's gonna grow by being disgusting," that's a total lie. You should kill yourself. That's it. Other than that, do whatever the fuck you want. Just don't be disgusting. That's it.
Having said that, there are some pet peeves though that are not so like common or broad.
Yeah.
For example, one pet peeve that I know that I do that some people don't like. I'm that guy that clicks the pen. I'm that guy that I'm thinking,
I got you,
and I'm
yeah.
just clicking the pen.
Got
So
it,
like
yeah.
I know that I don't get scot free. I'm not perfect, and I know people hate that one. That one's not so much a disgusting one, but I know
It's
people
annoying.
have a pet peeve.
Some people
it is an
yeah.
annoying pet peeve. Do you guys have
Yeah.
something like that?
I would say, like I have this thing where people are like moving like their leg or their hand, like just like
oh, it's a good thing you can't see me on
Yeah,
camera.
I'm
like
a
a
fidgeter.
resting thingy. Like they're just resting and you have to be moving something. It's annoying, but then again, I'm one of those people that can't stand still for too long. Like if you see me, I'm always moving. I'm always doing something. So it
No,
it annoys me.
I'm always.
It annoys
always
me
taking
as
out my
much
hat,
as I
putting
do
on
it
my
at the
hat.
same time. So I can't really judge people
on
that
that
do it
one.
because I do it too. But I find it annoying, and I wish I could stop because it's fucking annoying. How about you
How about you,
guys?
Cuzzo?
I don't know, something that I do.
No. You don't have to do it, but like something like
Something that
a pet peeve that's not so broad
Yeah.
that maybe a lot of people won't really care, but maybe you do.
People who don't signal.
yeah.
Hey, you motherfuckers. People who don't signal.
Yeah.
People who walk slow.
That's me. That's definitely
Oh
me.
well, as long as you don't have any medical reasons to walk slow, then it's
Yeah,
annoying.
oh, yeah.
yeah.
Hey, guys.
But definitely
But
the
yo,
signal.
people who don't
yeah.
signal, I hate that
Yeah,
shit.
I agree with my cousin.
I don't like
I
that
agree with my
shit.
cousin. Just
You're driving and you just waiting for a motherfucker to like turn and he just keeps going straight. You're like, what the fuck?
here's the thing. It's not even like a very individual pet peeve. Even if it wasn't a pet peeve for you, it's still the law. Fucking signal. Just fuck. It's common sense. Just fucking signal. The fucking car comes with a signal feature that is there to be used. Just fucking signal. And like I get it if you forget, but if you just don't do it because you're fucking dick and you own the road and you want to be a fucking dick, then
That's me.
you
That's
shouldn't be
definitely
driving.
me. that's definitely me.
You
I
shouldn't be
never say
driving.
no.
Stop doing
I never
that.
say
You should
no.
not
You're
be
gonna
driving.
get us into like increasing
trouble.
our fucking insurance bill. So don't
You
do
know
it.
what's-
Don't be a dick.
You know what's a
Don't
big pet
signal.
You know what's a big pet peeve of mine
But
that I think is preventing me from probably being a better work boss than I should be, and I think it happens to Ron sometimes too, is that the way my mind works, I process everything very simple. I process everything very simply, and not everybody does that. So I can give like a very like simple command, and in my head I'm like, this is very simple. You got it. I said it. You got it. And sometimes a person doesn't get it because it's not so common or it's not so simple as I may see it in my head, and it stresses me. It's such a big pet peeve. I'm like, yo, like it was so simple what I just told you. But then I kind of put myself outside of the situation, or maybe Ron like stops me and he's like, it wasn't so simple, or the way that you explained it wasn't properly. But like it's just so simple in my head, and it's also why me and Ron kind of work so well together, is because we both connect in that simplicity. And he'll say something like quickly and I'll get it and we'll get it. So I kind of expect our other coworkers to also like get that. And
shout out to
like
Jetta.
yeah, shout out to Jetta, because I know she's been had to like put up with me with that shit for a bit. So that's a big one. But like it's a pet peeve. I'm like, yo, like you should just get it.
It's a pet peeve that I think I kind of like installed into Brian, because it wasn't like this before, and it's kind of like a dickish attitude to have towards other people, right?
1000%.
Because you start being really sassy. Like at least I start being really sassy and really like on your face type of like type of thing. But then again, I've been trying, now that Brian has surpassed me in this like quickly thinking and like making it very simple instructions and shit, and now I'm the one falling behind. Now I get what other people feel when I'm being like that. So now it's a matter of how we can still be efficient but not let details go out of that efficientness. For instance, if I'm gonna say something that for me it's simple in my head, it doesn't take maybe 2 fucking fingers to do or whatever, I still cannot expect everybody to understand my simplicity. So sometimes I have to be extra detailed into all the different scenarios that may arise, because in my mind I'm like, I'll deal with those as they come and I'll figure it out. But for some people it doesn't work that way, and I find it that it's borderline disrespectful when I do it. For example, I treat people like that. I find that it's borderline disrespectful, because as much as I want to be efficient and to the point, I end up being a little bit of a dickish when people don't fall through with it, and I'm like, why didn't you? If it was so fucking basic. So I'm guilty of that. However, it's not about then backing up and then be like, okay, now I'm gonna be like super mellow, super whatever, and like the most tolerant and patient people. No, it doesn't, because that business don't work like that. Businesses are not built on being like Mother Teresa on them. However, there's definitely a balance between efficiency and knowing that not many people can understand how our brains work, and we have to then take the time, because it's to our own benefit, to make sure that they understand. And if they're not understanding, then it falls on us, because we're the ones that need to communicate it better.
Speaking of understanding, pet peeve, motherfuckers who don't understand English, and you're working as a fucking cashier.
That's a hard one. That's a hard one.
That's a pet peeve. Hold on. If I go get a coffee, right, and I'm like, yo, let me get a number 1. Number 2, number 1. Let me get a number 1. Number 1. Number 1. Chicken? No, for the fucking number 1. Like, bro, like, why are you up here if you don't understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a pet peeve.
It's a pet peeve.
That's-
It's a pet peeve.
I don't like that.
But
It's cool, like,
it's one of those that it really it goes to show how intolerant we are as an individual and as a society, right?
No. It's like, it's different if we're having a conversation, and I understand that you have difficulties. I'm patient.
Yeah.
But if you're up front and there's like 20 people on the line and they put the motherfucker up there who doesn't understand number one, it's like, bro, like,
I think that falls on whoever's supervising them, that they shouldn't put them in that situation if they're not ready.
it's
I
bullshit.
get them. I get my cousin.
Ask for
I
help.
get my cousin in that situation because
it's frustrating.
It is stressful, especially when you're in a hurry. If you're in a fucking hurry, you're like, yo,
you're in a hurry. Yeah.
Can I speak with somebody else?
You can't be just walking out, being all tolerant with everybody all the time.
No, or if I call somebody like
true.
for example, I call my phone bill provider and I need to tell them something, explain something to them like complex, and they don't understand. I'm like, fuck. But I personally try and be a little bit more understanding of the situation because we passed through it. I still don't know 100% English. As many of you have noticed, if you guys have been watching this podcast, I don't speak grammatically correct. I don't speak correct at all. So when I was younger, even worse, I didn't know English at all, and I had to learn. And I also think about our parents when they first got here, when they actually had jobs and they had to go through that, and how people used to maybe even cuss them out or be super disrespectful towards them because they didn't speak English. Having said that, if you don't speak English, maybe don't be at the front of the line. maybe
No,
don't.
it's not about speaking.
Don't
It's not about speak. It's not about speaking it. It's about understanding it. Like, don't put yourself in a situation where you know you don't understand it, because like you're saying with their parents, it's a whole different thing. Like with my mom's, she understood 100%, but couldn't respond.
But
to
there
it
was a point where she didn't
fluently.
understand
She would
100%.
struggle,
Though.
right?
There was a point.
Well, that's what I'm saying. She did it, and she wouldn't put herself in that situation.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
If she was going to a situation, she would take me as a translator. Again, but if you're working at a job and you're telling people, yes, I do understand English, you're going to be like, yeah, sure, okay, go up front, you understand it. And then someone says, let me get a coffee, and they give me fucking hot chocolate. You're like, motherfucker, coffee. When did you hear hot?
It's tough.
It's a pet peeve.
No, yeah, for
it's
sure.
A
It
pet
is.
peeve.
It is.
That's what I don't
It
like.
is.
It's
It
like,
is.
yo,
It is.
when we're conversating, fine.
It is a pet peeve,
Everything.
yeah. It
When
is
it
a
comes
pet
to
peeve.
customer service, when I'm on the phone, motherfucker, you don't understand it.
Yeah.
Go home.
Yeah.
I understand, and I get it. It's definitely 100% a pet peeve, and I feel for those who are actually being criticized for it, right? I feel for those. I mean, there's other kind of pet peeves, like the one, for example, like the Brian has, which is like clicking on the fucking pen. I don't feel for him. It's just fucking annoying. Go fucking throw the pen out of the window. But that one is just kind of like one of those pet peeves that you're like, oh, I hate it, but at the same time, like,
you try to be understanding. I hate it.
I hate it, but I try exactly. You try to be understanding, yeah. But I hate it.
Again, I'm patient. Like, again, like if I have to repeat myself 10 times, like number one, I'm not gonna cuss them out. No, that's disrespectful. But I'm like, chocolate, like look behind you, like number one, like the first one, and you don't understand that.
We can all agree that none of us right now, none of the three of us are patient.
Like it.
We're not.
Yeah.
We're not patient.
Yeah, we're not patient.
We're not patient. We're not patient
at all.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, we're not. So that's gonna definitely make this a pet peeve that really kind of like holds true to our hearts. But then again, for people who are in those situations that you're getting frustrated customers, don't take it out on the customer either. Don't get mad at the customer. Don't get mad at the situation. Get mad at you, that you should improve into becoming better. Don't be afraid. Don't go crying at home. Just kind of like study your craft. I mean, if you're gonna be, like my cousin said, if you're gonna be working at a fast food restaurant and there's a menu with 20 items on it, go fucking learn the menu. Learn the menu. Do your craft. Beat out your craft. Repeat it every fucking day. You'll get it, because it's very systemized. People are not gonna go into McDonald's asking for a pen. They're not gonna be going asking for a phone case. They're not gonna go in there asking for a memory, like a RAM memory or a fucking hard drive update. You're gonna go either to ask for a milkshake. They're gonna ask for a sundae. They're gonna ask for a mini junior chicken, or a fucking Whopper or whatever, but that's a Whopper, and that's
Learn
it.
the difference between chicken and burger.
Okay, they're not gonna
I
ask.
want a
They're,
junior
they're,
chicken,
they're,
I don't
they're not
want
gonna
a
ask for a
fucking
Whopper
burger.
because Whopper is for Burger King, but you get what I'm saying. Just study
Having said
the
that,
menu.
though,
Yeah.
Having said that, though, I have to be patient to the maximum
Oh fuck yeah.
because the people who do that to me are my clients.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh fuck yeah. Yeah.
These
You
guys
have to.
call me. These guys
Yeah.
call me to try and explain to me what service they want, and I'm like super busy. I'm extremely busy, and they're like, "I need my floor done," but they're not really saying I need my floor done. They're saying I don't know what the fuck they're saying, and I'm trying to be nice, be helpful, try to ask the right questions to see what the fuck it is that they want, and I just can't understand them. And at that moment, I can be like, "Hey, can I maybe speak with your husband or your wife that speaks better English? Can I speak with your son?" Like, I can't. I'll lose the client. So I have to
Yeah.
stay on the phone for maybe like
Yeah.
20, 30 minutes until I kind of understand what the fuck they're saying. So I really get my cousin. It's definitely a pet peeve, and it sucks. It sucks. What's another one? What's another one that you guys may have?
I hate it when people are late. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And of course it depends on the scenery and the occasion and the situation. It really depends. But I hate it, and I've been lacking. I've been slacking on that. I've been slacking on that a lot. I was very. I wouldn't say I was 100% punctual, but I would definitely try my best to be punctual, and I would hate it when somebody was late. It's just again, it's one of those pet peeves that annoys me a lot. But yeah, I think being late, especially in something that is supposed to be important for the parties involved, right? So I hate it, and I understand, like, shit happens and whatnot. Now with kids, I'm more aware of how people could be late regardless of how much they want to be on time. I get it now that it's just really hard.
No,
Like,
but at the end of the day,
at the end of the day, you
yeah.
want to still be able to kind of like be respectful to those people around you and be on time. So I'm more understanding of why people are late. However, it's still a pet peeve for me.
At the end
How
of the
about
day,
you, kids?
time is money,
Yeah.
and time is the most expensive thing that you spend. So if somebody else is spending it for you, you get mad.
You have to
Oh,
respect it. Yeah.
You gotta respect.
I have a funny story about that.
What happened?
About being on time.
What?
What happened?
It had to do with daylight savings. You know, daylight savings, like the time goes back.
Yeah, or forward, yeah.
So, I don't remember. You remember the shorty we met one time at a church? I don't remember where it was. Like when we were like real young, and then we met like this one shorty at a church. Fuck, what church was it?
Oh, shit.
Are you talking to me or are
But
you
it was like
talking
we were
to
young.
Ron?
It's like
or both of us?
No, Brian.
Okay.
Because Ron didn't. Ron
We
wasn't going with us.
used churches to scout for girls and shorties. That's
No. Like when we were younger, like
Realistic.
fuck, like they used to do like volunteer hours at like some place. I don't remember. I met a shorty at that church, and then like I went out with her.
Oh,
And,
we met her at
when
a
I
party.
asked
We
her-
met her. It was like a church event.
we met
that,
we,
Church
that
we,
party.
we met
Church
most of our
event,
shorties
church
at the
event.
church.
yeah.
church event,
Yeah,
church
yeah.
event, and I got a number, and then we were gonna go out, and then let's say I scheduled the appointment for I'll be there at 3:00, no, like at 2:00 or some shit. I did it right because daylight savings kicked in. I put my time back. I'm good on schedule. This bitch, she didn't do that. So she got there like at 1:50, and she waited until 3:00, which for her was a whole hour. But in reality, I got there at 2. As soon as I saw her, I was like, hey. She came to me, started cussing. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're an asshole making me wait for an hour.
She actually
I'm like,
waited?
yo. She waited.
Wow.
She waited.
Wow.
And I took out my phone, and I'm like, yo.
It's 2:00.
2:00.
What'd you say?
What do you mean? Like, it's 3. And I'm like, yo, it's daylight savings.
She felt stupid.
Felt
She
stupid. Stupid.
No, but that happens. That happens to the best of us.
It happens a lot. That's a funny story, though.
Happens to the best.
Be about
of
being
us.
on time. I'm on time. I respect
Yeah,
that shit.
I think you're one of the most
Yeah.
punctual people I
Yeah.
know. Probably.
Oh, fuck yeah, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. I try to, but I'm the worst at it. I use every excuse
Yeah.
in the book. There's an accident on the road. There was traffic. I don't know. I
My
forgot
dog
my
ate my
keys,
homework.
my dog ate my homework. Everything.
These motherfuckers.
I use everything in the book.
I don't remember if we released it in one of the episodes, but I think we talked about when Brian lost his wheel. I don't know if we did release that episode.
I don't know.
But it's like these motherfuckers will use that same excuse
Oh yeah.
You know
for
what?
like 3 years.
You know what's a really strong pet peeve for me? No, I'm sorry to interrupt. You know what's a really strong one? And I'm looking for ways of not to stop letting it be a pet peeve for me. It's people not keeping their word. Oh my fucking god, that kills me. That kills me just because I don't like to trust people. I don't like to ask for favors or anything. But when I do, I'm very explicit. I'm very specific into trusting you. I need this done. Please. And when they don't fall through because they forget, because they're just not careful enough, just because they didn't give a shit, or just because they're they half-ass it, because it's just it just gets me. It just gets me.
That same thing irks me as well. It irks me more though in the situation because I'm the same as Ron. I try not to ask for, and if I ask for a favor and it's a whatever favor, then it's fine.
Yeah, but whatever favor is fine.
But having said that, sometimes that becomes a pet peeve for me because my word means something, and I try to maintain it as best as possible. If I don't maintain my word, it's probably because something big happened or I just wasn't able to do it. But I tried my best. I go out of my way to keep my word. So if my word is on the line and I ask you to do something and you fucking up makes me not keep my word to somebody, that makes me feel fucked up.
Exactly. If I put my word on the line,
I don't care that you
somebody else is getting affected because I put exactly that my word is being put on the line as well with somebody else because of somebody else's fuck up. Yeah, that's exactly what gets me. Because if I'm the only one getting affected, then I'm gonna get over it right away. I'm okay, fine, that's it. I can move on and move forward.
Whatever. I just won't trust that person again. Life happens. It is what it is.
But when my word gets compromised with somebody else, which I don't want my word to get compromised, then that's shit starts to hit the fan.
It's just out of your control. You feel so fuck. There's nothing else that you can do. And there's nothing, and you can't explain that. It's just an excuse. But it was that person's fault. It's no, but it's your fault because you're the one that told me that you're gonna get it done.
If you want to see me mad, go fuck me, make me look bad. Oh,
yeah.
If you make me look bad, that's it.
Yeah,
you're gonna see me bad. You're gonna see me bad.
That's a bitch.
Fuck. Other than that, I don't think I have any more. Oh wait, I have another one. When people are, and I know Brian's gonna laugh at it, but I gave into this one.
Which one?
And it's when people are disorganized. And I know Brian's gonna be like, "What? That doesn't make sense." The thing is that I hate it. I hate it when there's not a consistency. I hate it when there's the occasional organized one or the occasional super clean or the occasional super neat and tidy and shit. It's you either are or you're not, right? So when I don't see the consistency, I kind of completely disregard the whole thing, and I try to take it out of my mind to a point where I'm the one who's being disorganized just because I don't want to give a shit about it, because otherwise I'm going to be so stressed because of it, right? So that's such an annoying pet peeve for me that I work into not giving a shit and become part of the whole problem so that it doesn't annoy me. But it's not a great way to deal with it. It's not a great way to deal with it at all. But yeah. And it happens for me, for example, here at home. It's just I start the day and I start seeing a bunch of shit, and I can see how stressful I can get. And I have a helping lady here at home. I have a helping lady, and I'm blessed enough to have one, and she does an amazing job. So it's now a matter of just maintaining it because we have somebody doing it for us. I hate it that within the hour there's shit looking like nothing was done because it's just not maintained. The glass is left on the table, or the fucking headphones are out of place, the fucking charger, it's fucking laying on the middle of the bed. The bed is already looking all wrinkled up, and like the fucking toothpaste marks all over the place. I'm like, fuck, you just organized this like an hour ago. Why is this looking so crappy so fast? Like, it makes me think I'm wasting my money. I'm not enjoying this money that I'm investing at all, and I just don't get it. Why? I don't get it. It annoys me so fucking much. And don't get me wrong, it's not even my kids, but you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? You just triggered a pet peeve of mine,
Which is
and it's a horrible one.
which is
Once I understand your points, I don't need to hear it. I get it. I get it. I don't need to hear anything else. Because again, I'm usually busy. I'm usually busy, and it happens with like clients too.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they try to explain something that's bothering them about the job or whatever, and I know what it is, and they'll keep going on, and on, and on, and I'm like, I get it. And I just have to stand there for 10 minutes while they explain and while they finish, and they'll be like, "Are you done?" Like, all right, like we're good. In my head, I already understood, so I just don't need to hear it. Like I start zoning out because I'm like, I know your points. The rest is just useless. It's not gonna add any information because I already got your point across. It's fine, but it's bad because sometimes I do interrupt people when I shouldn't interrupt people. But yeah, it just happens.
yeah, it happens to me too. That pet peeve, it also happens to me too. And but again, it's one of those that you have to just kind of like ride it along and just kind of like, ride it through, and that's it. Sometimes it's like, no, fuck it, like I get it, like fuck off, that's it. Yeah.
For sure.
How about you, Cuz? You being awfully quiet.
I'm just listening.
Taking in all the pet peeves. Taking in how you guys are assholes.
Nah, not really. Fucking. I'm an asshole, so like I just be like, yo, I get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You'll cut them off. He'll be like, yo, shut up. I get it. It's fine.
I've done that shit with my mom's and she smacked the shit out of me. Like, but I get it. Like,
it's fine.
I got it the first 3 times, and I'm gonna understand it the 4th.
1000%. 1000%.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
What else you got? What else you got in mind?
I got in mind that, fuck. I think we can.
Last pet peeve, like biggest pet peeve you guys have. What is it?
I hate when people don't mind their fucking business. Fucking mind your fucking business. Like, I swear to God, out of all of these pet peeves, this is the one that should be the most important one out of them all. Mind your fucking business. I hate it when fucking people don't mind their business. And I'm dead serious. It's just fucking annoying. It just kind of like, I can live with people that are not organized. I can live with people that I can ride the bus with people that are stinky. I can be in a restaurant with people that chew with their mouth open. Like, I can live with it. I cannot live with people who can't fucking mind their own fucking business.
Yeah.
It's just, there's no benefit. There's so much backtracked that behavior could enroll or like fucking present, that it's just utterly annoying because there's absolutely no benefit. And again, I'm not going to repeat the point because I'm sure you guys got it.
Yeah, no, and I just don't get it because, again, I'm repeating myself. I have so much shit to do to be really worried about other people's business. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like how do you even have the time? How do you even have the strength to not mind your business? Like, you should have enough on your plate.
And here's the thing. I seen this happening more in where I am, Colombia right now, more than in, like, for example, Canada. In Canada, it doesn't happen that often. And when it happens, it's not something that gets dragged for too long. Like, if somebody gets caught up into no minding their business, people kind of like point it out like right away, and that's it. It really doesn't like prolong for too long. Unless we're talking about a small Spanish community within Canada, then that shit's gonna prolong. But in general terms, it's not. I mean, if you're in a Spanish church or if you're in a Hispanity, some sort of like community center or whatever, then I get it. It happens.
Everybody knows your business. know that
But
everybody
in Canada
there
in general,
knows
that's
your
one of the
shit.
things that I love. That's one of the things that I love about Canada is the fact that the gossiping level drops to like almost zero compared to what I have to deal with here in Colombia. It's just so fucking annoying, and I think that one of the things that brings or keeps society so backtracked and so like fucking stupid is the fact that they don't mind their business. So I think that's the main pet peeve for me. Mind your fucking business. That's it.
It's funny. I actually have a funny story about that. My dad recently went to Colombia, and he told me my dad likes having the occasional everyday beer, and
Okay.
where he was staying, he would have it like in the patio. He would go outside of the patio and just have a beer, and every single time he would notice that the neighbor beside him would always be like snooping, seeing like what the hell he was doing. And he hated it. A week in, she came by and brought him some food. And then my dad was like, "Oh, thank you. Like, now I like you." And she's like, "What do you mean now you like me? You didn't like me before?" And he's like, "No, because you don't mind your damn business." And she was kind of
Oh
like,
shit, awesome.
"Oh, shit." And she kind of just left. And the owners of the house, because my dad was a guest, later were like, "Yo, what the hell did you say to the neighbor? The neighbor's pissed at us." He's like, "Yeah, she doesn't mind her own fucking business." Like, what?
I love it.
I fucking loved it.
I love it.
I fucking loved it. Talking about pet peeve.
Well,
Yo,
me-
my bad. Yes.
Oh.
What was yours? My
Sorry,
bad.
sorry.
Clearly, my opinion in this podcast is
Oh my
But
god,
you were
drama
quiet.
queen.
You were
quiet.
quiet.
My bad.
Drama
Go
queen,
for it.
please. Go ahead.
no. I just have another story. With me, it happens mostly with like shit I do, especially like
What do you mean?
with me, like the circle with me is like a lot of the people know like my mom, right? And it's like shit like this.
Like your tattoos?
You know what I mean? Like you don't ever break this shit down to a Catholic, family, and they're okay with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things that I do that it goes around. I don't know how the fuck it goes around. And then all of a sudden I get a call. Yo, a tattoo on your neck? Who the fuck told you? Like,
Yeah.
She's like
what
3,000
the
miles
fuck?
away and she finds out in
Yeah.
like 2
Yeah,
days.
yo, it's like what the fuck, yo? Like there's like a whole country between us.
Yeah.
How did you find this shit out? That's like the whole minding your business thing is a real thing, and it's like, oh, holy fuck, bro.
It's
Like,
huge.
There was
if it has nothing to,
there was a very
Sorry,
there was
go
a very strong communicative resource in Toronto that used to work in this fucking health center by Malvern Mall, who would kind of like completely broadcast whatever would happen like automatically. Oh my god, it's fucking annoying. Like people in Colombia would know about shit that happened in Canada like within seconds, and you're
Seconds.
like, how the fuck did that happen? And fuck. Yeah, you guys know who I'm talking about, but it's so annoying. But yeah, cause sorry to jump. Go ahead.
that's fine.
It would all circle back to that one place in Malvern Mall, in the medical center. I was gonna say the name of the place, but maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't.
Maybe we shouldn't.
Yeah, no, it sucks. Especially in my cousin's case, like sometimes minding your own business is annoying, but when it actually like affects you, like you shouldn't be receiving calls from your mom like that. Like
Yeah, no, and it's like, yo, like there's certain things that like if you see something, if I see, I don't know, if I see, it's like you see. Well, I'm not gonna compare the robbery because we're gonna get into a whole nother thing. But it's like if I see something happening, like it's not like I'm not gonna go like, hey, yo, like, you know what I mean? Like if you gossip, it's like between like, yo, like there's this shorty at work that, yo, you know what I mean? But it's like, yo, like don't let it spread out like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like keep it with the confinement of someone you literally trust. If you can't trust that person because they told other people, stop telling them
Fucking
motherfucking
person.
people like shit. If you know this motherfucker's gonna fucking branch it out and you still telling that person shit,
That's on you.
Don't do
That
it.
falls on you. That falls
Be
on
smart.
you. Yeah.
Be smart
Yeah,
about
that
this
falls on
shit.
you. That
Yeah.
falls on
And I can attest to that because you won't say it, but I will. You could see a murder happening, and you probably wouldn't say shit.
Yeah.
If
yeah.
it doesn't have anything to do with you, you'd probably just keep walking.
Yeah. That's it.
You know that
And it's happened a lot of times, like in the elevator. Like we'll be in the elevator with Brian, and we'll be having a conversation, And as you guys can tell, I fuck this, fuck that, bitch, whore. I do all that shit in my normal speech. It's just normal. My mom knows it's normal. You know what I mean? We'll be in the elevator having a conversation, and someone be like, "Oh, watch your language,
Bitch.
Okay.
bitch. Why are you listening? What the fuck? Mind your
Mind
business."
your own fucking business.
And people get offended, like, "Oh, you're doing this shit." Be like, why are you in the elevator if you're gonna be offended of how people talk? Fucking stay home.
Okay.
Walk the stairs.
Okay.
You're gonna go.
Walk the stairs.
You're bringing this one. Okay. Okay. You're gonna bring this one in. I'm gonna debate about this one. Okay. So, tell us what happened on that day. Like, what happened and why was the lady annoyed? Please tell.
There's been like 10 of them. There's been like 10. I've been on the phone, and they're like, "Oh, well, watch your language." Bitch, no one's talking to you. What the fuck are you listening to? The fucking me talking on the phone.
If there's only grown-ups on the elevator, I'm all in for you, cuz.
Oh, this shit again?
I'm all in for you. I have kids.
No,
now.
look, here's the
I
thing.
have kids now.
Look, he's gonna go like, here's the thing. If I'm in your home, right, and you have kids there, and you're like, "Yo, don't say certain things around my kid," in the home, like in your home, in your, where you own the bitch, I respect it. But if we're in public, and you're gonna tell me, "Oh, don't say that around my kid," I'll be like, "Motherfucker, leave your kid at home." Like we can't go everywhere because I'm not the only one who talks like this. Everybody does. So it's like you're gonna be telling everybody, "Oh, watch your mouth, watch your mouth, watch your mouth, watch your mouth." It's like, yo,
I hear you.
It's just a speech. Like they're gonna learn it eventually. It's different if I'm whipping my dick out, but it's like if we're just talking, you know what I mean? Like if it's a conversation, it's like, "Oh no, my kids are gonna hear that." Bitch, by the time they're 10 years old, they're gonna be cussing.
I hear you. But here's the thing. Let me get into this because this is I can get like the parents' perspective.
We've had this shit conversation before.
No, now I have more insights into it. So here's the thing. I'm with you, cuz, in the fact that, there's no point on trying to be all protective with our kids because eventually they're going to learn them. However, by default, it's just a normal parent reflex. You try to avoid having your kid be exposed to certain things because you just haven't find a way of like telling them or whatever. Like there's no right or wrong way to be a parent. You just kind of like go with like however your heart and your instinct tells you that you should do. So here's the thing. If my kid is 3 or 4 years old, it's kind of hard for me to tell them.
Santa Claus is not real.
Santa Claus is not real, but it's kind of hard for me to tell them that fuck, it's a word they shouldn't use if they hear it all the time. Because they're kids, they don't understand. It'll be easier if they're 7 or 8 or 9. It's easier because by then it's like, why am I even telling them if they know it? But there's a certain sweet age that you don't want to kind of like spoil as much as possible. If you can, you can. Like, you can be avoided at one point. But I can see how people are trying to do their best at avoiding it from happening. Now, whether it's right or wrong, we can debate on it. We can make them realize that there's no point on trying to do it. But judging a natural reflex, it's kind of like a low punch. It's a low punch because
no. But here's the thing: it's like if you taking your kids out to a beach.
Here's
right?
the thing. I'll give you a perfect example. I'll give you a perfect example.
You're gonna go to everybody and tell them don't do that shit.
I'll give you a perfect example.
No, motherfucker, stay home.
I'll give you a perfect example. Let's just say you got your brand new white sneakers, fucking $500 sneakers. You get into the elevator, and I get there with my dirty shoes, and I'm just kind of like minding my own business, maybe like fucking listening to music, and just kind of like going like this, and I step on you.
That's a horrible example.
That's assault.
Huh?
That's a horrible.
That's
that's
assault.
A horrible example.
Here's the thing.
Example.
No, it's not a horrible example because I didn't mean to do it. It was an accident. It was an accident. Here's the thing.
But
even if it was an accident, I should be respectful of trying not to do it because I'm in a confined space with other people around me. I should be careful just as much as I be careful when I sneeze, or if I'm going there with the dirty shoes, or if I'm gonna be there doing something. I should.
That's a horrible example.
It's not a horrible example because you.
That's like going into a mosh pit and expecting not to get punched in the face.
No. How are you gonna compare that? No, how are you gonna compare that? How are you gonna compare that?
You guys are just giving bad examples.
No. That's not a bad example. Don't judge my example. Don't judge my example.
I'm gonna play devil's avocados here from both sides, because
double what the fuck?
What
you say?
double avocados? What the fuck? you just came out with a term? Did you just
What white shit is this?
We're gonna fucking play double avocados with my goofy.
We'll be right back after this break.
Because I
I
understand both sides. And
Siri, what's double avocados?
I understand both sides. Why I understand both sides? Because starting with my brother's side, I don't have a kid, but if I do, I'm gonna want the same thing that Ron says. Having said that, from my cousin's side, there's nothing that you can really do. You know what I mean? And you can't expect to stop everybody from doing anything. That you may not like it, sure, you don't have to like it, but that you should stop people from doing it. It's like if I'm out in public and I'm kissing my girlfriend in front of a 5-year-old kid, and the mom is like, "Hey, can you not kiss in front of my kid because I haven't taught him about sex?" I'll be like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna kiss my girlfriend." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it goes to the same thing. It's certain things that you don't want them learning, maybe at that age. But if they're in a public setting, it's really not your place to say anything. I know Mama Bear and Papa Bear are gonna come out of you, and maybe you're not gonna be able to withstand it. But at the end of the day, it's really not your place to tell anybody to do anything apart if they're sexually assaulting you, if they're harassing you, if they're doing something like that to you, then there's nothing that you can do. I mean, like then you can act back and there's something that you can do.
Here's the thing. I completely agree with that line of thought, just as long as it's like wide open public, or like a theater, or like something that is really public. But if I mean, like, if this is gonna be happening on the elevator where I live, where I purchase or fucking rent or whatever, I'm gonna be having a beef, because I still make that as part of my living environment, right?
Nah, you have to understand. If I'm on the phone, right, I'm on the elevator.
No, I know. I get you.
So my service doesn't cut off, right?
Get you.
And I'm upset and I'm cussing, and all of a sudden you just hear someone, "Excuse me, can you not cuss?" You're gonna be a bitch. Who? What the fuck? Get out the fucking elevator.
And I'll give you
take the next one.
I'll give you a good example to what Ron said. Like what you said, if that's where you're gonna be living, you have a beef because you don't like it. You know what I mean?
You gotta move up.
The other person will also the other person will also have a beef because they want to keep talking like that. So who's right? You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. There's no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong.
There's really no.
It's a matter of, like, since it's not right or wrong, then it's just a common thing of saying, "Hey, listen, it bothers me. What can we do in that moment to kind of like meet each other halfway, right?"
If you guys want it.
If you say, "Hey, listen," if I tell you in the elevator, "Hey, listen, could you just watch your language because my kid's here?" You gotta be like, "You know what? Fuck you. I don't care what you say." Then at that point, I should just get out of the elevator and wait for the next elevator. Just get out of that floor and wait for the next elevator. Then that's up to me if I want to keep putting up with you not understanding my scenario. But if, for example, if you want to be understanding, you could be like, "You know what? I don't want to argue with this guy, with this fucking little kid. I'll get out and get down to the next one." It's just whatever, right? It's just now a matter of creating like a conflict, or kind of like just move on and be adults about it, right?
Here's how I take it, right? It's like how it sounds. It's like when you go out in the street. Like I used to smoke cigarettes, right? I quit now. You know, we're sober.
That's good.
But it's like if I'm walking down the street smoking a cigarette, right? And I'm just walking down the street, and all of a sudden I just hear, and it's like, motherfucker, who's smoking? You or me? If you're that bad that you can't fucking breathe cigarette smoke, stay home or fucking walk around with an oxygen mask. Motherfucker, go get your lungs checked, because clearly something is wrong. Like some people are just extra about certain situations.
I hear you.
You know what I mean? And like people will stand right next to you when you're smoking and start coughing. And like, why are you standing next to me, bro? Fucking.
And something like that.
I agree with you.
And something similar is currently happening here right now. I live in a condo, and there's certain condo rules and certain city rules as well. And the issue that we're having is noise complaints. we like to listen to music. Wait. Hold on. Let me finish. We like to listen to music. And we like to listen to music loud, very loud. Legally, and I know this because unfortunately I've had to check it. Legally, we're allowed to listen to music loud up until 10 p.m. After that, you have to lower it to a certain decibel, and also if somebody calls the cops can be the judge. Like, they have the power to be the judge. After 10, before 10, it can be loud. It can't be like stupid loud, but it could be loud before 10. So when I get a noise complaint after 10 that is reasonable, my fault. I get it. When I get a noise complaint at 6, 7, 8 p.m., go suck a dick. You know what I mean? And it goes into what you're saying. Right now we're in quarantine, and is what like the management has been trying to tell me or tell us, because they sent an indirect email to the floors from this floor to the 40th floor. You might as well put fucking my unit number. But they sent us an email saying, look, we understand that we got a noise complaint at this time, and we understand that that's basically not against the rules, but being that we're all in quarantine right now and we're all staying at home, maybe you guys want to be a little bit nicer to each other to make the living space better. So it's kind of like the situation that you guys are in, whether I really give a fuck to make everybody else's situation better, or legally I'm not doing anything wrong and I play the music as loud as I want up until 10 and then turn it down. What I'm doing,
but do we really turn it down at 10?
No. And again, after 10, tell me anything you want, and I know I'm wrong. I'll accept it. Maybe we don't turn it down after 10, and we'll get the complaint. And when we get the complaint, I'll be like, we deserve the complaint. You know what I mean? And to the point where we are trying to make some adjustments, where we are lowering the music and to make it a little bit better, but that's our call. Do I have to make that call? No, because if I don't really give a fuck, I don't give a fuck. But we are trying. So again, it's kind of the same point as you guys, that nobody's really right or wrong in this situation. It depends on how each of you want to take it. I think it depends on how the person also goes about it. If in the situation that my cousin was in, I think if the lady would have been nice about it, my cousin would have been nice about it too. You know what I mean? If you're going to express something that's bothering you, that you really have no place to really bother, that's say true. Something, say it nicely. Don't be a that's bitch true. About it. She was being a complete bitch about it, and be like, okay, you don't care that you care that your son hears bad words, but you don't care that he hears his mom being a bitch.
That's true.
True, yeah. There's a little double moral there. So I think it goes from side to side.
That's it.
Anyway, yeah. Having said that, talking about pet peeves and all that stuff, when you guys are getting into a new, maybe meeting somebody or a new relationship, you're talking to somebody, whatever, how are you guys? Are you guys a little bit more lenient towards your pet peeves, or do you guys have certain like deal breakers, or maybe it's not a pet peeve, but something that like you're like, fuck this, there's a red flag, that's a deal breaker, cut it off. What is it?
Fuck yeah. For me, if you're gonna be a little white bitch about everything, that's a red flag. Like, you're gonna get coffee and you're gonna be like, oh my god, like my straw is not like green like I want it to be. I want it to be fucking red, and it's like fucking red. That's it. I'm out. If you're gonna be a fucking bitch about everything, that's it. That's a red flag for me. If we're gonna go out and you're chewing with your mouth open, that's a red flag for me. I'm out. Like, that's it. Body odor, I'm out. And if you're gonna make our date into a little gossip date, I'm out. That's it. I'm out. Those are my red flags. Other than that, you could be tall, green, whatever you want to be. You could be from India, you could be from China, you could be from whatever the fuck you want to be. If you're enjoyable to be hang around you, then sure, I'm all fine. There's nothing. I'm really not very picky in terms of like how a person needs to look or behave, other than those peeves that I just told you.
I'm gonna disagree with you there.
How about you, cousin?
I think the fashion is a lot with me, right? And I don't want to disrespect my fellow Latinas because you guys are pretty, but a lot of you Latinas have no swag. Like you look like you just got off the fucking boat, and I don't like that. I don't like the Latina swag. I don't like it. And I've seen a lot of cute, yeah. Like a lot of cute like women and girls like that, like where I work and shit, and like they're really pretty, but their swag looks like shit. And I just look at it and I'm like, if we were going out, I can fix you. Like, let me give you drip, because you're not dripping. And it's like, if we go out, like, you can't be out swaglicious, you know what I mean? And then you're going on, you're like, yo, you look like shit, bro. Like, fuck.
Would you give them some time? Or you wouldn't even give her the time of day if she doesn't have any.
You know when you notice it when you go out. When you ask for a date, I think that's when people usually try to they try to bring out the new sweater, the new everything.
Look their best.
So that's when you notice it. And if you notice it's like like you still look off the boat, then it's like nah, I can't. I don't know. Unless she has to be really, really good looking or something, or there has to be some type of connection. But I'm gonna mention it immediately. It's like, yo, you can't be wearing this shit, yo. No, it looks. I can't have you looking this bad when you're with me. Can't do it. That's one with me. Like I think the swag. Like
I think also like the way they dress would influence me into potentially having like a second date, but that wouldn't be a deal breaker of like calling it off on the first day. Like I wouldn't just kind of like stand up and leave just because they're not bringing their best swag into it. But definitely, if I see that you're not like well dressed on the first date, or that I don't like the way you dress, maybe you're well dressed, but I just don't like it. Maybe that's gonna off put me from kind of like considering having a second date. Just because again, I also wanna be able to maybe go to places where if you're not gonna be well dressed, then it's gonna be like, you know what I mean? It's just gonna be like, okay, like we can hang around. I'll call you for when we want to have beers with my guy friends later on, but not on a date.
I understand your point, and I saw it in this relationship, and the guy in the relationship would always dress in a suit. Always. Don't get me wrong, being in a suit is good.
Not always.
But not for every single occasion.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
No.
They would go to a nice restaurant, suit. They would go to McDonald's, suit.
Okay, that's weird.
And she would just feel like shit because
yeah.
she would feel like she would always have to like updress to kind of meet his standard.
Yeah, no.
And sometimes she just wanted to be like like sweats and like a baggy sweater.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
And she would look like a bum compared to him, and she's like, yo, I can't do this. Like,
yeah, no.
You dress super well, and I get it.
That's not what I mean, because that's just being out of line. And you don't want to overdress, but you don't want underdress. It all depends, right? If I want to take you to a nice restaurant and you end up getting there looking like a hobo, you better have like a really good personality and excuse for you to pull that off and for me to consider having a second date. If we're gonna be just chilling at McDonald's, I don't expect you to bring anything. Go bring your swaggy pants, your fucking, I don't care. Like with your like beanie low and your fucking hat like this, I don't care. That's fine. Like again, it's just it depends on the occasion. Don't overdo it, but don't underdo it. Because I wouldn't want to also have a bitch if I'm gonna take her on a fucking coffee times date, and she shows up with this, fucking Louis Vuitton dress and shit, and like her hair done and shit. I'm like, this is gonna be too high maintenance. Like I don't want to deal with this. Fuck this shit. Like that's it. So the way they dress is most like just be conscious. Don't overdress. Don't underdress. Just kind of like go with like
my cousin said. Just have swag.
Yeah, just have watch your fashion show every now and then. And then you can be like,
learn a thing or
what
two.
I'm wearing is not 2020. You know what I mean? Like be modern, be modern, because you like if you're dressing like 10 years back, it's like, yo, come on, like spice it up a little bit.
Here's the thing.
You know what I
mean?
Here's
the thing. I don't care if it's not modern. You could maybe not have money to like purchase modern shit, but that doesn't like prevent you from like fucking from like fucking just dressing according to the situation and the occasion.
No,
right?
just have swag.
For example, if I'm gonna take you to my folks' place and I'm gonna introduce them to you, I don't want you wearing like a fucking night out fucking mini skirt, like nightclub type of thing, showing all your fucking panties. Like, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing? That'll be cool if we go out at night. Like, I wanna see you dressing sexy and shit. Not if we're gonna have a family dinner. So dress accordingly, even if you don't have money. I don't care if you have money or not. Just dress for the occasion.
No, I'm gonna disagree with
you. If we're gonna chill,
I'm gonna disagree with you.
If we're gonna be on Netflix and chill, I don't wanna have fucking Louis Vuitton shit flying around. Just Netflix and chill. If I wanna take you to a nice restaurant, you better bring whatever best little fucking dress you have. Doesn't matter how expensive it is. Just bring it on and make it seem like you put the effort. We're going to, that's it.
I'm gonna disagree with you there. Like I don't agree with the whole.
What if you don't have money?
I don't agree. No, it's not about. You don't need money to drip.
You don't need money.
You don't need money. It doesn't cost you anything.
But how is it gonna be modern? Show. But what if it's modern?
Thrift.
You said to be modern.
Thrift. Go to the fucking thrift and just fucking.
Again, if you don't have money for the thrift.
You could still
thrift store.
Spice it up, like, you know what I mean. Like, look at the fashion show. Look what's going on. Look at what the designers are doing for the world. Basically, don't look like shit. You don't need to have spend so much money and all this
expensive shit.
Just spice it up a little bit. You know what I mean? And like, not so much for like dress accordingly, but just. Have your style. Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't want you to look like the other bitches.
Yeah,
that's the thing. That's the thing. I think we're talking about two different things. You want them to have style, like their own style. I don't want them to have like a specific style. For me, it is more about just dress according to the situation, and that's not about style, right? For you, it's about style, right? It could maybe that they're not. For example, you could go into a very nice restaurant or whatever, and maybe. If you have two shorties, and one of them is dressed like all Louis Vuitton and shit, and the other one is not, but she has swag and she has style, you're gonna go with the one that has style, even though she might not be dressed according to the occasion. So it's two different things. I'm more towards just dress accordingly. I don't care if you have like style or not. If you have style, great. I'm up for it. Great. But if you don't, then just dress according to the occasion. That's it.
Oh no, I noticed all that shit. Women, when you do that whole extra shit with your hair and the jewelry and changing your shit, we notice this shit. You know what I mean? Like, I notice that shit. So that's what I mean with that. You know what I mean? Like, it makes no sense if you're dropping $10,000 on an outfit and you don't know how to wear it properly. You know what I mean?
A lot of people need to hear that. Because I think too many people are out here spending way too much money trying to look good when you could probably look good and build an outfit for maybe a good outfit for maybe like $100.
Yeah, for sure.
Instead of buying like a $300 shirt that looks like shit. But anyway, bringing it back to topic. A huge deal breaker for me when I'm meeting somebody new is if they're rude. I cannot be with anybody that's rude. If we're like at a restaurant and like, let's say the waiter, I don't know, comes and they accidentally bring like the wrong order or something, and the girl like turns around and is like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I ordered this and not this. I'll be like, whoa,
I'm out. Yeah.
I'm out. The fuck is wrong with you? The guy made a mistake. Relax.
However, if they're one of those passive rude people, I love it, because it just shows me that she knows how to
What do you mean,
manage.
like a sarcastic person?
Yeah, I love a sarcastic person. I just love it because he shows me that she's able to handle situations, right?
No, if they're able to, no, don't get me wrong. They can get mad. They can get mad, and
but just handle it properly.
She can get mad. Don't be rude to the guy after he leaves. After he leaves, if you're like, oh shit, like I wish he would have brought me the right thing. Like you can get like upset.
Yeah.
Don't be rude. And there's levels. There's levels to being rude.
No,
like there's certain instances where you can get mad, but.
I'll give you the same. I'll give you the example. Same shit as like I told you with like ordering shit. It's like if you go to a place and you ordering, let's say like the same thing every day, right? And then they fucking up your order. You're gonna be like, yo, like, you see me here every fucking day. Like, what the fuck are you giving me? You know what I mean? And I'll most likely react like that. Like if it's a first date too, I'll be like, yo, like, I didn't ask for this shit. I'm not being a dick about it. That's just how I talk. I'm just like, yo, if you bring me something out, like, what the fuck is this? I didn't order this. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you're a fucking piece of shit. Like, I get that. Like, that's fucked up. But like, I'm gonna be like, yo, like, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck is this? Like, This is a lobster. Fucking I ordered shrimp. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
there's levels. There's levels to it. There's levels to it because I remember once I was on a date and there was a hair on the food.
Yeah.
there was a hair
And
on
I
the
was-
food.
Yeah, and like we were discussing whether we should like let them know or not. And at that time, I'm like, no, like we should definitely let them know. What the fuck?
Definitely.
Be like, no, it's okay. Like I just will stop eating. And be like, no. This is definitely like a time where you actually speak up. The fuck, like, and not even to get like a cheaper bill because when something like that happens, I just want somebody to, hey, like this shouldn't be happening at your restaurant. Just bring me a clean meal. I'll still pay full price. Just bring me a clean fucking meal because I'm not gonna eat this shit. So there's instances and there's levels to it.
Yeah.
But
All right.
yeah,
This has been fun.
yeah. Cheers, boys. Thank
Cheers.
you. It was fun. It was good.
Put some lemonade into my thing. 1 second. Let me cheer. You can't cheer with an empty glass.
I know. Wait. Let me get some because I wanna discuss something about the next episode. Anyway, that was a good podcast. Thank you, boys. Everybody, stay tuned. Episode 7, which is a big one, is up next. Statistically, it means that we're here to stay. Most podcasts don't make it to the 7th episode, and if they do, it means that they're actually gonna be here to stay.
Have chances of staying. Yeah.
Have chance of staying. So make sure you guys tune into the next one. Thank you. Make sure you guys like, subscribe,
Comment.
and comment.
Share.
Thank you.
All that.